TD Jakes is my best friend. I often go to Jake's house at night. Jake's, Diddy, and I spend a lot of time together and have fun.
Jakes used to come to my parties. TD Jakes also gave me Young Boys from Church for Sacrifice.
When Tyler Perry went out to clubs and partied with friends and went and participated in the gay lifestyle like everybody else, Tyler Perry's probably known been gay since he was a little kid.
Dixon is suing Tyler Perry, the individual, as well as his production studio.
He says they first crossed paths at the 2019 launch event for Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. Reports suggest Jake looked visibly shaken when news surfaced about Tyler Perry's $260 million lawsuit over 0 cents.
Going through those allegations in this lawsuit seeking $260 million in...
People are now suggesting that Tyler might be caught up in serious misconduct, so severe, it's being compared to the Diddy case. The lawsuit even features text message screenshots that Dixon claims came from Perry, including inappropriate advances. The two shared a close bond spiritually, financially, and publicly, but with these new accusations surfacing, Tidy's connection to Tyler is under strain. Whispers are growing louder. What did Tidy know? And why is he suddenly distancing himself? Let's dive in. The Diddy fallout isn't over yet, and now Tyler is the first major name to be dragged in. Actor Derek Dixon is taking legal action against Tyler Perry, demanding $260 million, claiming he was mistreated and then punished for speaking up.
Perry, an actor on one of the filmmaker's shows. Actor Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior.
Recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll.
The lawsuit was filed on Friday, June 13th in Los Angeles, per documents obtained by People. Dixon alleges that Perry developed a controlling and sexually inappropriate relationship with him during his work on Perry's shows The Oval and Ruthless, where he played a character named Dale. Dixon says Perry initially promised him big career moves, like producing his pilot and landing him more roles, but things shifted once he didn't return Perry's romantic interest. According to Dixon, Perry began harassing him and eventually sabotaged his career when he stood his ground.
Now, actor and filmmaker Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over...
Listen to this, guys. Tell me what you think.
Actors, they're not allowed to consort with me. Because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time. I spent a lot of time in Miami, and I snuck around Star Island quite a bit. I know Christian isn't lying, but I need him to tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them, they will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler Perry. Christian, I think you can tell me why.
Tyler Perry's lawyer, Matthew Boyd, told People the lawsuit is a setup. He claimed this was someone who got close to Tyler just to run a scam. Boyd said Perry won't be intimidated and that they believe these false accusations won't stand. Dixon alleges that over the next 3 months, Perry kept reaching out, sometimes in a flirtatious way, other times offering to help him get work and improve his life. According to Dixon, in November 2019, Perry gave him a small role on Ruthless. Then in January 2020, Dixon claims Perry assaulted him at his home. Just a month later, Perry reportedly gave him a recurring role on The Oval in the lawsuit. Dixon says when he first read the script, he noticed that the season finale left his character's fate uncertain. Perry allegedly told him that if he, didn't respond to his advances or go along with it, his character would be written out. As it turned out, by the end of that first season, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest. Dixon believes this was a way for Perry to pressure him, implying Dale might survive if Dixon stayed compliant. After filming that scene, Dixon claims Perry took him into his trailer, pinned him against the wall, and groped him. He also alleges that a similar assault took place in October 2020 during a cast trip to the Bahamas. By December 2020, Dixon says a doctor diagnosed him with signs of intense stress, trouble sleeping, digestive problems, and extremely low cortisol levels, likely from the harassment. He was prescribed Zoloft to treat anxiety and depression. In June 2021, Perry allegedly invited him over again to discuss losing it. Dixon's pilot project Perry had once shown interest in producing, but according to Dixon, Perry assaulted him. Again, during that visit, Dixon also claims that Perry assaulted him earlier at his Atlanta home in January 2020.
Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that.
So you see that he's sort of a seemingly normal guy, but you know something's wrong, but you don't know why. They actually ask him what did he used to do when he said he was a pimp and makes fun of it.
You see, he comes off as a regular guy, seemingly normal, but there's this sense that something just isn't right. At one point, they even asked what he used to do, and he joked that he was a pimp. But behind the laughs, Dixon says that in the 5 months following the alleged incidents, he battled severe depression, anxiety, stomach pain, and ongoing nausea. Eventually, doctors diagnosed him with PTSD. During this time, Dixon claims people close to Perry, referred to in the lawsuit as fixers, tried to calm the situation by offering him a raise to stay on the Oval. They also promised Perry would buy the rights to his show Losing It in January 2023. Dixon says he told Perry he was moving to California to put distance between them, though he continued working on the Oval briefly. He left before the final season wrapped, believing he lost nearly $400,000 in potential earnings. Now, Dixon is suing Perry with serious allegations and demanding a jury trial, seeking $260 million in damages. But where does Bishop T.D. Jakes fit into all this? And why is he suddenly under pressure? Tyler Perry has often been seen spending time with Bishop Jakes, who's deeply connected to high-profile names like Perry and Diddy. Speculation about Perry's potential involvement in bigger scandals has been growing, and things took a turn when, instead of quietly attending service at the Potter's house, Perry unexpectedly stepped up, walked to the front, and laid hands on Bishop Jakes, the man often seen as the spiritual leader of the church.
I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be 2 reasons.
Hey, Bishop Jakes, how
What's
are you?
up, man?
Man, it's so good to see you.
It's better to see you. How you doing?
Tyler Perry has been seen spending time with Bishop T.D. Jakes, one of the most influential figures in the church world. With ties to other celebrities like Diddy, rumors about Perry had been circulating for some time, but things escalated after a surprising moment at the Potter's house. Instead of quietly attending like any other guest, Perry walked on stage and placed his hands on Bishop Jakes, something rarely done, especially to someone as highly respected as Jakes. It was as unexpected as remixing a classic that everyone thought was untouchable. Not long after, Perry donated $1 million to the church. Some saw it as a generous, faith-driven act. Others, however, began to wonder if something deeper was going on. Singer Jaguar Wright didn't accept Bishop Jakes' explanation that he felt the Holy Spirit through Perry. She and others felt the donation raised serious questions. Was it a heartfelt offering, or did it mean something more? The mix of celebrity, religion, and massive wealth left people split, some inspired, others suspicious. During this, Perry also made a bold declaration. "See, they don't understand where I come from," he said. "They don't get it in Hollywood, but I'll tell you something, the blood of Jesus hits different." His words resonated with the church crowd but left Hollywood insiders puzzled. Meanwhile, Bishop Jakes faced controversy of his own. His name surfaced in a case connected to music mogul Diddy. The lawsuit claims Jakes might have helped manage Diddy's public image specially. After raids on Diddy's homes in LA and Miami tied to an ongoing investigation.
Just man like himself be at a party, which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro. Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating.
TD Jakes was hanging out at a rapper and twerking party. What? That Puff Daddy held. He's sitting right there, old TD Snake.
So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody.
They showed TD Jakes hanging out with Puff Daddy at his party.
My Lord, my
TD
Lord.
Jakes sitting right there at Puff Daddy's party while pole dancers are jumping up and down twerking and Bishop sitting there.
In his company, you know, to do all these acts, deeds and stuff like that, paying the and everything like that. And they proved that, which they doing a hell of a job, a great job in proving that. I had to see, bro, because everything else basically is going to be proven or has been proven.
How did Diddy look appearance-wise?
Sinner.
Back in early 2004, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit claiming that Diddy and his team were running a secret operation. The lawsuit also alleges that Jones has proof. Diddy planned to use his connection with Bishop TD Jakes to help soften the fallout from Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, which was filed in December 2023. Around that time, social media erupted with wild, unverified rumors suggesting Bishop Jakes had attended exclusive, high-profile events hosted by Diddy. In response, Bishop Jakes addressed the speculation during a Christmas Eve service at the Potter's house. He said, "The worst that could happen, even if it were all true, all I'd have to do is sincerely repent. The blood would fix it. But I don't need to repent for this." Still, the controversy didn't stop there. A YouTube video from a channel called Tough News TV added more fuel to the fire. The host, Jermaine McKinley, claimed he received an anonymous email saying that Cassie Ventura was actively working with the FBI in their case against Diddy.
So allegedly, Cassie has turned over evidence to the feds. Yes, to the Fed. She has turned over videotapes, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone.
Since Cassie had already filed and settled her lawsuit with Diddy, this new accusation caught major attention. With Bishop Jakes' name now tied to the situation, he began trending once again. The anonymous email read, "Let me put you on game," about the true nature of Diddy and Bishop Jakes' relationship. First, understand Bishop Jakes is not a man of God. He's clearly a Freemason, and so was Diddy. The message continued saying, "I say was because it looks like Diddy has lost his protection, power, and influence. But don't get it twisted, his soul still belongs to the devil. He can't outrun that harsh truth." The email also claimed that both Diddy and Jakes worked to keep the real nature of their connection hidden. According to the leak, the controversy surrounding Bishop Jakes goes much deeper than the public realizes. It even alleges that back in June 1983, Kim Porter said Jakes was rumored to be involved with a young man shortly after getting married, but somehow the story disappeared without a trace.
Started. I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pen.
In 1999, someone reportedly threatened to expose Bishop TD Jakes, but before anything could come of it, that individual suddenly vanished. A preacher later claimed the man had been paid off to stay silent. 2 years later, that same person was found dead, shot in the head at Emmanuel Temple of Faith in Jakes' hometown, Smithers, West Virginia. For years, local rumors have circulated about Jakes allegedly having hidden relationships with men. Some even point to an older preacher who was reportedly involved with him. But the allegations don't stop there. YouTuber Jermaine McKinley claimed that Cassie Ventura provided investigators with damaging evidence, including Kim Porter's hidden phone and a USB drive containing footage from one of Diddy's infamous parties. McKinley says Bishop Jakes was seen at one of those events and allegedly had relations with several men there. He also claimed male escorts are preparing to come forward, and that a young man is planning to sue Jakes for alleged abuse that happened when he was just 16. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry isn't off the radar either. While many fans celebrate his achievements in Hollywood, others have raised eyebrows over what may have occurred behind closed doors. Perry was once connected to a man named Joshua Soule, a former employee. In 2014, Perry obtained a restraining order against Soule after a dramatic situation at his Atlanta studio in October 2013, while the full details were kept private. Whispers haven't stopped. The incident reportedly got more intense than anyone knew. Perry said Soule wasn't just a former staffer, he allegedly broke into an office, triggering a full evacuation. Soule is said to have disabled alarms and entered through ceiling panels. Police spent 4 hours trying to extract him. He was eventually arrested and charged with criminal trespassing. But Perry didn't stop there. He sued Soule, seeking a restraining order, $100 million for harassment, $25,000 in legal fees, and mandatory therapy for Soule. Then came a shocking twist. Rumors claimed Perry and Soule were romantically involved, and Perry was trying to end it, while Soule refused to walk away. Soule's legal team denied all charges, saying he never stalked Perry and was falsely accused. Then, on May 13th, Soule hit back with a $10 million lawsuit against Tyler Perry, Perry Studios, and a supervisor named Brett Hendress. In the suit, Soule alleged he was sexually harassed while working as a production assistant starting in August 2014. He claimed Brett made inappropriate comments, called him baby, offered drugs for favors, and said he missed him. When Soule reported it to Perry, he says nothing was done and the harassment continued. Soule also accused Perry of damaging his reputation, saying Perry labeled him mentally unstable in a Facebook post. The lawsuit alleged emotional distress, retaliation, and a hostile work environment, demanding $10 million in damages. Looking back, the Boondocks cartoon once aired an episode many believe was hinting at Perry's alleged behavior. Long before all this came to light, the episode caused such a stir that reports claimed Perry tried to get staff fired and even wanted to sue the show. While Perry later denied those claims, the episode was pulled on. The speculation only grew. All of this has deepened suspicion that Perry may be trying to silence people through lawsuits, threats, or hush money. With recent claims and rising evidence, people are beginning to connect dots they once ignored. Just like with the Spike Lee situation, Perry responded cautiously, saying, "I feel that no response is the best response. I'm just going to leave it at that," when Lee criticized his work. Now, with multiple allegations and whispers from Hollywood insiders, many fans speculate that Perry might be gay, based on his behavior and how he was portrayed in the Boondocks. While most haven't focused on that angle directly, Perry's close relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes is gaining more attention. Jakes was allegedly seen at several of Diddy's parties and is even mentioned in Lil Rod's lawsuit. His connection to Diddy is raising eyebrows, especially since Jakes also officiated Kim Porter's funeral, proof of their strong bond. But what really has people talking is the idea of a man of God attending events tied to Diddy's darker side. Even Diddy's former bodyguard chimed in, saying the only reason Jakes would be there is if he was involved in the same wild behavior. Now, the big question remains, what's really happening behind the scenes?
A religious man like himself be at a party, which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro. Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating.
And whether it's the money, the promises, or whatever, it gets how you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes?
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You had to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
That dude was possessed with some kind of demon, man. He's possessed with some kind of demon. Wanna be in all this red, this dark rooms with the music blasting. There had to be a certain temperature. A certain type of music for the vibration they were saying. Come on.
And then there's Jaguar, right? Who didn't hold back when sharing her opinion. She claimed that at Diddy's parties, everything revolves around money and sex. So, if Bishop TD Jakes is there, she believes it's for one of those two reasons. Now it seems Bishop Jakes has found himself in some serious controversy. It all kicked off on December 21st, 2023, when a viral TikTok video made some shocking allegations. After Cassie settled her case with Diddy, a TikToker came forward with major claims. According to them, Cassie handed over explosive evidence to the FBI, including video footage from Diddy's wild parties and Kim Porter's hidden phone. The TikToker claimed there's even a clip where someone spills the beans about Cassie turning over tapes allegedly showing Bishop Jakes and other celebrities participating in Diddy's out-of-control gatherings. These weren't just celebrity hangouts, they were secretive, chaotic events involving multiple men where things often got wildly out of hand. Now, everyone wants to know what's actually on those tapes. Kim Porter once allegedly said that Jakes was suspected of being involved with a young man just a year after marrying his wife, but that the whole situation was quickly buried. Jump to 1999 when someone threatened to expose Jakes only to disappear soon after. A preacher later claimed the man was paid to stay silent. 2 years later, that same man was reportedly found dead with a gunshot wound to the head. No names were released publicly, but it supposedly happened at Emmanuel Temple of Faith in Jake's hometown of Smithers, West Virginia. Local chatter in Smithers suggests Jakes has lived a double life for years, with some even saying he may have been groomed by an older preacher in his youth. And when Jakes shows up at Diddy's events, the rumors only grow louder. Word has it, he hangs out in a private part of the house, sipping drinks, smoking cigars, and mingling with an exclusive crowd. Just because it's invite only doesn't mean eyes aren't watching. Meanwhile, Jake's wife is never seen at these events. Rumors claim she knows exactly what's going on and has even questioned why she's never invited. To be clear, these are all wild accusations now spreading across social media, and so far, there's no solid proof. But that hasn't stopped the internet from exploding. One person commented, "No matter who you are or pretend to be, whether it takes days, weeks, or years, what's done in the dark will come to light." Another wrote, "Hollywood swinging, what happens in the dark comes to light. What goes up must come down." Then there's the TikTok psychic who claims she predicted all of this 2 years ago. She went on a bold rant, accusing Jakes of being involved in dark, secretive dealings. She claimed he's a Freemason who took vows to the dark side and serves Satan as his top authority. According to her, Jakes uses his spiritual influence to manipulate the public. But it doesn't stop there. She also predicted Jakes would be at the center of one of the biggest scandals ever, one centered around his sexuality.
Said that Bishop TD Jakes will have one of the biggest scandals of all time in the Christian church.
Sean Diddy Combs
and racketeering trial is dominating headlines right now.
Developing story that we're following now, Bishop T.D. Jakes, the leader of Dallas megachurch, the Potter's House, announced today that he will be stepping down.
How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and T.D. Jakes?
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication.
Now, we also know that T.D. Jakes is allegedly also a power bottom, and he's a much older man. And they say he's very enthusiastic in his endeavors. What happens when he pops something loose? You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because they're mentioning workers, but they're not mentioning women. They're mentioning men as workers.
Yeah.
Like is that a thing where there's a website? It's just wild to hear mention.
You never heard of Grindr?
We got Jaguar right after Jay. They said you're supposed to be in it.
I'm up in this
here. Wow, they done brought everybody. How are you?
Jaguar Rap Show. Here we
Okay,
are.
oh, you got this security too? Oh wow, Jaguar came with security too.
I don't know. There needs to be someone here who's been here all along. I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years, and here we are. And I'm praying that everyone remembers there are survivors, real life survivors. And I hope that everyone takes into account how necessary a true verdict, a just verdict now. 25 years of pain, 25 years of hurt. And I'm praying that God's just gonna do what he told me he's gonna do. So I hope all just stay in vigilant prayer for everyone on all sides of this. These are human issues, and we need to have real human response to those issues.
Do you plan to be here every day during this trial? We're expected to be here.
I'm going to be around.
Have you spoken with anyone who might be possibly testifying, or have you spoken with
That I cannot say. But what I will say is my prayers for Albie Shore are being answered day by day. From the moment that we found out he flatlined to the moment we found out he came back. I'm here vigilant for that. Justice for Kim Porter.
In this case, while there's no concrete evidence supporting the allegations against Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's no stranger to controversy. Back in 2009, his son Jermaine found himself in legal trouble after allegedly being involved in suspicious activity at Keys Park in Dallas. And just last year, a new wave of drama surfaced, this time linked to Jake's daughter. Her ex-husband was accused of serious misconduct related to their adopted child. With so many stories swirling around, people are beginning to question whether T.D. Jakes can still be seen as a reliable man of God. Even Jean Deal weighed in, saying she could never view Jakes as her kind of pastor. In her words, his own house isn't in order. I can't take him seriously. That's not my kind of pastor. You have to look at someone's household, and if theirs is a mess, how can they help someone else fix theirs? And it's not just her. Others, like Len Aller, growing disillusioned and reevaluating their faith in Jakes. She admitted, too, feeling let down by leaders she once admired, and said she wouldn't be surprised if the claims about Jakes turned out to be true.
That's not my type of pastor. You got to look at a person's household, and if your household is not in order, you understand, how you going to help somebody else get there?
With everything we've learned about Diddy, it's only natural to start questioning the character of someone like T.D. Jakes, in light of the recent lawsuit filed by Lil Rod. That wraps it up for today. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.